I want to actually acknowledge the wonderful contribution by members of this society. Chairman Abdikadir as chair of PSC. I think it pays to have gone properly to school. No wonder we think we think that we are members of the learned profession, and I don't think it is very far from the truth. Because, not just because my learned friend has been to Harvard and other places, but watching both Ababna Mwamba as vice chair and Abdikadir, you feel very proud of this profession. And I think we need to give them a clap if we can. I urge the council and the membership across the country to play an active role in educating the public, because you're coming to that, on the draft ahead of the referendum, to be able to help them better be informed before they can vote. And please notice one thing, that we do not even have in place a referendum law. The Southern Sudanese and the Northern Sudanese, the Sudan in particular, even as they go to vote on a referendum, mainly the South, in January next year, are ahead of us. Can you believe it? A country that has been in conflict for more than 20 years has been able to put in place a referendum law. And here we are attempting to make a go at it for a second time. We do not have a referendum law. I want to agree with Minister for Justice, Honorable Mutula Kalonzo, that I think it is important. It is imperative. Let us try, even as we look at developing this consensus, to see where we cannot, before the country goes to the next referendum, be able to put in place the necessary legislation. Because what will happen is the interim Independent Electoral Commission will come up with some kind of regulations. I think we can do better than that. And again here, I invite the society to think along with Parliament. I want to give the example of America, not because my friend Hamed Nasir has spent a lot of time on it or whatever, but I think we have to recognize that the United States of America has struggled along the path that we are truly trying ourselves to travel. When, for instance, America got our independence in 1776, the country was engulfed in competing economic and political interests that nearly destroyed it. However, from May the 25th, 1787 to September 17th of the same year, a constitutional convention took place that led to the American Constitution that clearly has stood the test of time. I'm told even as they inaugurated, they're able to get on with the new constitution, they did so with a set of 4 amendments about the same time. So we should really not be afraid, because we all know as lawyers, a constitution cannot be static. It's not written on stone. It is, I think, a clear indication of the direction any country wants to take. Our brothers from the East African region, I think, have done very well. Ndugu zetu kutoka Tanzania, tawashukuru sana, kutoka Unguja. And I think that even Ugandans have tried. The Rwandese have actually come up with a wonderful constitution. And although Burundi is coming out of conflict, they are also doing pretty well. As an East African, I feel proud that come July of this year, we are now able to talk of the East African common market. And this is tremendous. And therefore, again, applaud the presence and really recognize in a very special way the presence with us of members of the East African Law Society. It reminds one of where it all started and the mistakes we made. Since then, referring to the Americans, Americans themselves have always resorted to the law to resolve all issues. Kenya has now a similar choice and calling to make a constitution that will stand the test of time and to provide a platform and architecture that will be able to resolve all conflicts. Never again, I'm sure we all can agree, will brother rise against brother, sister against sister, brother against sister, and neighbor against neighbor. We all agree that our problems are systemic because of a flawed or ineffectual constitution. We all hope that the new constitution may remedy these defects, as well as wants and problems in our country. It may not be a total panacea, but it is a big step forward in the transformation of our country. We may not be there yet, but we are on the way. The future, ladies and gentlemen, can only be better. I thank you most sincerely for allowing me to be here tonight, and may God bless the Law Society of Kenya, its incoming council, while we also pray that God blesses Kenya. Thank you very much.